Evening, folks. Well, it's Tuesday after bank holiday. And, well, I can't say it's nice to be back into slavery, but there you go. At least I work for myself, so it eases the pain slightly. Anyway, I've made a couple of videos and they got really long and rambly and stuff, and if you look back at my previous videos you'll see how long and rambly they can get. So I've decided to turn over a new leaf because I think I can get a message across that needs to be got across, and everybody who watches this video, I'd hope you'd like and subscribe anyway, but I'd like you to comment as well, and just give us some feedback. If anybody can lift your fingers up, that'd be nice. So what I wanted to talk about is something I've been learning for a while. I'm going to condense the last two half-an-hour videos down to about 10 minutes, and it's basically about natural law or consequentialism. If you're a true Christian, I don't mean the go to church type Christian, or for that matter any other kind of religion. You've got a red pill. You've just got to. Religions of all descriptions, whether they're religions, government, money, they're all control grids that are designed to stop you from finding the power within yourself to become sovereign. And that's what Jesus was talking about in the New Testament. Whether he existed or not, I have no idea. But his teachings certainly do, and they agree with natural law. And it's really important that you find yourself. There's only one way you can do that. You have to gain knowledge. The old saying, knowledge is power, is true. And once you've got knowledge, that gives you the strength inside to act on it. Think about it this way. You can think all day about digging the garden and planting a fruit tree, right? But you've got to be motivated to actually get off your arse then, go outside, dig the garden, plant the fruit tree before you can get the benefit of the fruit. And that is what I mean by you get the knowledge first. So you learn about gardening, you learn about fruit trees, best time to plant them, how to prune them, and all that to get the best fruit off of them. Once you've got the knowledge, you get off the sofa, get away from the TV, go outside and dig the garden and put fertiliser or manure on it, and then plant a tree, look after it, and eventually, what happens? Fruit trees. And that's exactly the same with natural law. And natural law is basically about sovereignty. Jesus tried to talk about this, and of course, because he pissed off the bankers and he pissed off the priests, and so he was murdered eventually by the police, the centurions, and the same sort of thing happens these days. So nothing's really changed, and they're still hidden. And I'm very much now of the opinion that the Bible that everybody uses now to worship it with isn't the true scriptures. They were bastardized by Constantine at the Conference of Nicaea, and they were added to, and stuff was hidden, and they cut a lot of stuff out. And the scary bits, Romans 13 and that, they added in, saying basically you've got to do what government tells you. Yeah, right, as if Jesus said that. So the end of the day, what Jesus taught was there's God. He was God. He was part of God. He was God's son. Whatever you think of the word God, I lost my thread there a bit. But there's God, and then there's you, and then there's governments and control grids and all the rest of it. And you've got to learn that you are sovereign. When you see these vids on the internet and they're talking about sovereign, oh, I'm a sovereign citizen, and the police and all that just smacking him around the head with a baton and that, and throwing him in jail. That's what keeps us in the control grid, is the fear. Once you lose the fear by becoming at peace inside yourself, you become immensely powerful, and that puts them in fear. Because they can use violence against you and all the rest of it. They can even kill you. I can't remember who it was. A guy who translated the really early version of the Bible it was in the 15th century, from Latin into English, first English version. He was burnt at the stake. And he knew who he was. He knew that he was a sovereign. He knew he wasn't going to die, not spiritually die. And when the flames were licking up round his body, he was washing his hands in the flames. That's how much power it gives you. And all these order followers in the world that tell you you can't do this or you can't do that don't make the slightest bit of difference. Yeah, physically they can hurt you, but spiritually they're the ones that have got to carry the karmic consequences of doing that evil to you. If you stick to natural law, which is effectively know who you are and do no harm, and that's about it. And once you can understand that, it's changed my life. It really has. I don't recognise myself from 12 months ago, and it's really, really exciting. I wish I'd learnt about it 30 years ago. So anyway, that's it for tonight. Short and sweet. And I might try and do a short video every day. But if you can share this, if you think that I'm talking a load of bollocks, then tell me. If you are interested in learning a bit more, ask me and I'll point you in some directions that I've found useful. But you've got to do your own research, you've got to do the knowledge, you've got to do the learning. If you want to be a London taxi driver, you've got to learn every street in London, and whether it's a one-way street and where the museums are and all the rest of it. Well, this is just as hard, but things do slot into place. And once you get the basic idea, you can see it all around you. You can see how the nature works and that. Anyway, I might talk about the universe and how the mechanics of natural law work a bit more tomorrow. But unless something spectacular happens between now and then. Anyway, take care and God bless you all.